Los Angeles, California. It's the Mad Scientist Party Hour.
Oh, hello there, friends! Welcome back to another episode of Mad Scientist Party Hour. My name's Kevin Kraft. Once again, joined by a man who is fully nude from the waist down and is currently shoving his boner into a shaping rod. That's Jeff Clark.
Hey, what's up? My boner's not going.
The shaping staff.
And
That was a Skeletor callback, huh?
transmitting to us from the KWEF studios, the bearded booger-eating DJ known as Shuddyboy.
Yo. Brah, brah.
So I fucked that up, that reference that I got last minute from the Easter egg. It's a shaping staff. What does Skeletor shape with his shaping staff?
Well,
Bad
he
guys?
used it you saw him use the shaping staff in episode 1 of Revelation.
I was stoned.
When they go to Castle Grayskull and he made them look like other people to get close.
That little hole, because you were playing with a toy when I joined the Zoom. Somehow you didn't have Skeletor in your collection. You were opening Skeletor.
That's from the wave of Revelation figures, and
The one you just opened.
Correct, and I got him last week. I was able to find him in Target.
Still a tough find, that Skeletor.
Mm-hmm.
Not like the Clamp Champ that I sent you.
Oh no, the Clamp Champ is even more difficult to find than the Skeletor.
So was it worth spending the exact amount of the cost of the figure as it was the shipping?
No. Because I had one on pre-order that's sitting right over there in its packaging.
Oh.
That ended up going to Dom because I paid $50 for that first one.
You should have flipped that other one. What the hell just popped up? Go away. Link my Android phone.
I decided to be nice, and Dom didn't pre-order it, so I asked him if he wanted my pre-order. And he said yes.
How much would that go for if you decided to flip it?
Let's see. Toboho Tsotsetsi. I don't even remember ever saying that.
That might be a drop ripped from the Patreon shows.
I love Days of Thunder.
I do love Days of Thunder. I stand behind that button.
I absolutely stand with you on that wall.
Dude, I love Big Mama's house.
They must be more readily available because they're going for retail price or less.
Man, you just fucking shuddied yourself.
It's okay. You win some, you lose some, you know?
Those are the breaks of being a He-Man day trader.
I mean, overall, I'm ahead. This is like when Jeff loses $250 on a game and doesn't stress it.
Let's be honest.
Because overall, I'm way ahead.
Yeah. Yep.
Way
Exactly. Way ahead.
The real loser here is Sharon, because she has to put up with that mess behind you.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is just all the stuff that's come in since last recording. It'll get put in its case. Well,
What?
not the Battle Cat and the Skelegod.
Right, they've been there. I noticed that, yeah.
Oh yeah, the Skelegod. I forgot about that one.
And the He-Man was also here last week. I just put him with the other figures. But Mossman, Evelyn, Skeletor. You can't see him because he's hidden behind Mossman, but there's a Clamp Champ Funko behind Mossman.
I also have a new inbox, Poimpopotamus.
The hover robots did arrive during the Patreon last week, so they're not completely new.
Oh, that's right. I remember those.
And then Skeletor riding Night Stalker.
In the nude. Very erotic.
Adult He-Man toys.
So that's a recap of what's come in the last week and a half.
I feel like you should be able to write all of those off as a tax break since they provide content.
He absolutely should, and better. What do you think I'm doing my Gold Belly monthly subscription?
Yeah.
It's a write-off.
That 100% should be a write-off.
Yeah, absolutely, and it will be. Shit, my internet bill is going to be a write-off. I couldn't do this show without it.
All the hashtag wet melons, that's a write-off.
Yeah. Oh, I've mentioned wet melons enough that it definitely I am going to put that monthly subscription into my taxes.
Jeff, do you have the ability to turn your volume up a little bit?
I do.
Can't have
Just
those
bit.
golden pipes buried, even the tiniest bit.
Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Better now?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure. Why not? Let's go for it. Don't I look fucking... Speaking of golden, don't I look like...
Hold your
golden-
arms up again. How the fuck did you go to Hawaii and maybe come back more pale than you left?
That's my paste face power.
Wait, is it just like the lighting from outside coming through, or are you really just as pale as you left? Because it does look like you're as pale, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the lighting.
So, I'm not exaggerating at all when I say I have about a 15-minute safety window of being in the sun, even completely lathered up with sunscreen. So it's a fucking dangerous tight wire act, and if I fuck up and I make a wrong decision and I get nuked, I hate it. I get so sunburnt. I don't want to risk getting that stupid devil's itch shit again.
Can we just circle back to tight wire for a second?
What do you think?
Do you mean tightrope or high wire?
It's a combination of
what he
both. It's even more treacherous than those two.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it.
Yeah.
Way more dangerous.
So it's above your head, Shuddyboy. That's okay.
Well,
Too much
just if
pussy
we're
for
going to
the
call
tight
out
wire.
Jeff for his shrapnels, we've got to, hold ourselves accountable as well.
That's a good point. And Kevin, did you notice how quickly I went to your defense? Maybe you should factor that in before you make fun of me for my next.
Whatever he's going to say sometime between now and an hour and 15 minutes from now.
How about you give me a get out of stupid jail free card?
Exactly. All right,
You've
talk
just
about
been
Hawaii.
shuddied.
I'm interested.
Suck a dick.
Is there anything embarrassing that happened, or
No.
MSPH worthy?
No.
Okay, great. It's boring.
So this will be a quick story. Yeah, I really tried, man. I put myself out there. I put myself
Sure
in
you did.
situations that really should not have played out well for me, and I somehow survived.
Brent is too mature, and she's tainted him.
So
Taint.
here's how I first knew, because I was like, all right, I'm getting back out into the world. I'm putting myself out there. Stupid shit's going to befall me, and I'll have some stories again. I knew I was in trouble 2 days before the flight when I get a notification from United upgrading our seats for free. I was like, oh, that's not a good sign.
We haven't even left, and things are going very well.
Yeah. I was like, shit, how am I going to fuck this up? Then we get to LAX, or no, we get to the
Pull your dick
hotel,
out.
and we're checking into the hotel, and they're like, there is a room upgrade if you guys are interested. And we're like, yeah. So right off the bat, my flight and hotel got upgraded. I'm like, I don't like this. Either this trip is gonna go well, and I'm not gonna have any funny stories, or this is teeing me up for a tremendous L. But
Like you get your leg bitten off by a shark or something.
yeah.
Did you tell Rant like, hey, this usually never goes this well for me?
Oh yeah, she's well
Don't
aware.
get used to this. This is not.
So I like she knows about my past trip to Hawaii when I got fucking food poisoning on the first meal I ate. She knows all the stories. I told her. Shuddy told her the story about in Kutztown when I looked out the window of my dorm and there was like some cloaked hooded gypsy walking down the street,
Yep.
and I went boo. And I booed her, and she turned and looked up at my window and went, and walks away and put a curse on me. So she knows I have a
Please,
gypsy
Bill.
curse.
Please, Billy, no gibberish at the dinner table. So
But,
did she come to the trip wearing like the fucking Gallagher plastic tarp? Like she knew it was just going to be a disaster.
She was prepared. She was mentally ready for anything to happen. And so this is something I alluded to in the Easter egg. You asked me about, well, we were talking about like weed and stuff and weed legality. So I just flew back to Jersey last month for my stepbrother's wedding. Anytime I fly somewhere that doesn't have like Cali-esque rules, like I'm not going to travel to Nevada with weed. If I go to Vegas, they have fucking tons of dispensaries there. That's ridiculous. But if I'm traveling somewhere that's not as chill, I'm bringing weed with me. So I flew to Jersey with weed. I had a bunch of pre-rolls and edibles in my bag. And while we're waiting in line for the TSA, there are fucking posters everywhere saying, "We are scanning for narcotics. If we find narcotics, we're turning you over to the federal authorities." And they were like, "Here's what counts as a narcotic: cannabis, edibles, concentrate, wax, vape pens." I was like, "What the fuck is this? I was just here.
Coke?
When did you guys turn into narcs?" So I'm sweating bullets. Rant's like, "Don't, stop being a pussy. Stop it." So I go on LAX's website.
Rant is so much cooler than you.
She really is. I went on their website because I've seen it there before. It says you can legally have an ounce of weed in your bag. An ounce.
I thought it was more because my mom just brought some of all the band list with her back to upstate New York. So,
I was fucking sweating it. Like when I went to Jersey, they searched my bag. They 100% saw the pre-rolls in there and just left them. This time I was like, Jesus Christ, when did this law change and why are they so aggressive with the posters? And then there was a little line underneath it that said, ignorance is not an excuse. So like my go-to move in my head.
Actually.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second. Yeah. And so I went on their website. The website still says you can travel with an ounce of weed. It's just like, be wary because wherever you're landing probably isn't going to be as chill and you're on your own.
So that would have been, I mean, at that point you had your flight upgraded.
Yes. Not the hotel yet, though.
No, but you knew that it was off to too good of a start. So I can understand why seeing that would have sent you into a tailspin.
Yeah, dude, because I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, this is my funny story. I get arrested and don't even go to Hawaii.
I just love the image of Rant being like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're going to get us pinched. Shut the fuck up.
Stop
Quit being
flop
a pussy.
sweating. You look guilty.
You're making us look like pussies. Shut the fuck up.
So, of course, we go through the TSA and there was no problem. But, like, when we got through, I was like, oh, man, I've been holding my breath that whole time. That was fucking scary. And she's like, you're ridiculous.
That's how I am every time I fly back from California when we're waiting at the baggage carousel for the bag to come out.
Oh, yeah, because I always keep my weed with me. You check it. And anytime I have a checked bag, it didn't happen this trip, but I always open it up when I get home, and there's a cute little insert card from the TSA being like, hey, we just randomly selected your bag to search.
That's never happened to me, I don't think. I really just lean into like my whiteness, as Dave Chappelle has explained with, his old friend Jim, I think, who would speed and tell the cops he didn't know he could do that. Like I just assume everything's going to go right, and I act annoyed at the TSA, even though I'm the one smuggling narcotics, as they would say.
Narcotics. He's fucking tattletales. I couldn't believe it. What did I bring?
Yeah.
I brought 3 pre-rolls and a big bag of those terabytes, the sea salt caramel variety.
Nice.
Which, by the way, came in handy because last week's episode, I was talking about how I'm going to have to watch Suicide Squad in the hotel and forego seeing it in the theater. And it was kind of chill to eat a bunch of edibles, get in bed, and watch Suicide Squad.
I saw Suicide Squad at the theaters.
Oh!
So we'll need to circle back to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Suicide Squad, kind of. Some of it. Wait, did you have HBO Max at your airport or at your hotel?
He had it on his iPad. Remember, he talked about how he had to update the iPad to get HBO Max, and then He lost the soundboard app because he updated and had to get it. Jesus Christ, Jeff.
No, I clearly, absorbed none of that. So thank you for clearing that up. Well, that's cozy. You and Rant watching Suicide Squad. Or was she out drinking Mai Tais and being the badass that
Finding a real man.
demonstrated she could be?
Well, here's what kind of sucked about this fucking place. So we went to a Hilton resort, and the website looked baller as fuck. It was a massive, massive property right on the water, and it was gorgeous. The entire property was massive. They had a dolphin cove in there. They had like a lagoon where you could go paddleboarding and shit. Beautiful view of the sunsets, all these lawn chairs and stuff. The big boner killer was everything shuts down at 10 p.m.
What?
Yeah. Everything shuts down there at 10 p.m. The restaurants shut down at like 9. There was only like 4 restaurants on the whole property. They were completely booked up. So we had to sit at the bar at one restaurant just to get food. Every time we went to a restaurant, like the ones on the property that we actually managed to get into and the ones off the property, I'd say all but 2 of the meals, everything I went to order, they were like, ooh, we're out of that. And she was like, wow, that gypsy really did fucking put a curse on you, didn't it? I was like, yeah, I guess. If I get fucked up food all the time, there have been worse curses. That's fine. But yeah, the food situation blew. It was insanely expensive. Food was mediocre at best. They had half the menu that they normally do, and half of that menu, they were out of everything. And the drink menu was the same drink menu at every single spot that served drinks, be it restaurant or bar, in the entire resort. 3 drinks. That's it.
What were the options? No beer?
Well, they had beers, but like cocktails, like mixed drinks.
Yeah.
I wanted to go, it's fucking Hawaii. I love tiki shit. I wanted to get a whole bunch of, tropical drinks. They have lava flow and then 2 different versions of a Mai Tai.
That's a bummer.
A little bit.
What
But
else would you have liked them to have?
pina coladas, like straight up pina coladas.
And they wouldn't make one if you asked for it.
This was my point. When you go to a tropical Hawaiian resort and the drink menu is 3 items, that's a...
Wait, how many different bars were on the resort?
2 bars and 3 or 4 restaurants.
And they all closed at 10 or 9 o'clock?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
How
insane.
Close
There
was like the nearest resort.
like a different resort?
Yeah.
I don't know. But you need, like, we had a wristband. So, like, you need, like, a wristband to show you're a guest.
Could you go, like, was there any local bars to go to?
The nightlife there is pretty abysmal. I think it's more of a family island.
What island did you go to?
Big Island. Dude, it was fucking crazy. So
we were on Oahu, and there was nothing for you to do.
Oahu is not the Big Island. Hawaii is the Big Island.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So then, yeah, there's nothing there.
Not really. It's not a big nightlife place. It's more of a family thing.
What? So you go to a family destination with your girlfriend, and you go to a couple's resort with your mom.
Hey, look, it was still very romantic.
Well done, Shuddy. Good work.
We got to watch many Hawaiian sunsets in a hammock. And that was the one with Rant, not my mom.
Hawaiian sunsets in Florida. That does sound luxurious.
We did book this trip. It was a panic booking because it was kind of a surprise week off from the Ella show. So we initially wanted to go to Kauai, which is more of an adventure-y island. So that's like tons of hiking, going through the jungle and stuff. But if you're going to go there, you need a rental car, and every rental car place on the island was booked up. So that's why we went to the Big Island. We did rent a car. We initially were just going to stay on the resort, but I booked us a shuttle from the airport to the hotel, which was going to be $200 round trip for us. And then when she booked the car, I canceled it, and those motherfuckers pretended like I didn't cancel it So then they're calling my phone, being like, "Hey, shuttle's here. We're waiting for you." And I'm like, "Didn't you get my email and all my cancellation notices?" And they're like, "No." And then I start getting all of these fucking malware spam texts to my phone. So I think that those people in retaliation signed my phone up.
100%. That's what happened.
I got. Let me see if I can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 spam texts after that phone call with those people. Of all these things being like, here's your $2,800 refund. Just click here. So I think they spammed me.
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like it.
The upgraded room, by the way, Jeff, because I know you're wondering, what makes an upgraded room? We looked at the list. It comes with a TV and a PlayStation 3. That was the upgrade.
Okay. Oh, that's the only difference between your room and the upgrade in your original room.
Yeah, we got a
original
PS3.
room wouldn't have had a TV.
No, I think it would have had a TV. It just wouldn't have had a PS3.
Okay, so the upgrade includes a. I was going to say, man, if your original room didn't have a TV, that's a no-go. That's just, you can't. I don't know. Like, that breaks my brain. As a matter of fact, one of my homies in my group chat messaged us and was like, "Hey, when's the last time anyone has bought a TV?" It was just like such a meaningless, worthless fucking question. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, why are you sourcing a group of your homies for TV stuff? Why don't you just fucking Google it? I don't know. TVs are as cheap as ever. Buy one. I mean, this is the guy that I'm going with to Austin in a couple of days.
And you're already
and
mad at him?
hang out with him.
Oh, yeah.
Like, dude, do you not have a television? Like, is that
you're gonna be stewing about this for days? I wish that I could see the conversation when you finally bring it up to him.
Oh yeah,
Tell him what a fucking pussy he is for that.
I am just going to be fucking roasting him the entire car trip.
Jesus,
he's a family man now, so he has no chance. It's gonna be trouble for him. But whatever. Enough about that. So you're not single now, right? It all went good for the most part.
It went good. I'm not single. I'm not sunburnt. I didn't get food poisoning. I went on a hike across an active volcano and didn't get exploded. So Rent Rat got a guidebook.
You could see lava?
So this volcano, I think, was last active / erupting or something in 2018. And the people we talked to, because she saw it in a guidebook, and it was 2.5 hours away from our resort. So it was it was an adventure getting there. We went all through rural Hawaii, which was actually kind of cool to look at, and went through all these jungles and shit. And the park ranger was like, yeah, it actually stopped glowing like a month ago. But you could walk there at night and see, and I don't know what that means. I couldn't picture it. I was like, I guess this is one of those things I'm just going to have to see to understand. Like, how could I be walking and seeing glowing lava and not have it melt my shoes? But it was sick. It literally looked like we were on another planet. I put a bunch of videos of it up in my Instagram stories. So I don't know if you got to see any of those, but it literally looked like a different planet. Like we were walking on the surface of Mars. It was fucking crazy. And it was surrounded by jungle. So we had to hike through the jungle to get there, and it ended up being about a 10-mile hike.
What? That's sick.
So and then we got a little lost on our way back. So when we thought we were done with it, and we were just like hyperventilating and winded and like, oh fuck, I'm so glad this is over with. Then we saw a sign being like, we got on the wrong trail, and it was going to be now 2 miles back to where we parked our car. And we're like, oh, fuck, we got to do 2 more miles of this shit. Jesus Christ. But I was like, the whole time I'm walking across an active volcano, I'm like, for somebody with a curse on him, this this is fucking stupid. I shouldn't be doing this. But we made that, and then we did another hike. We went to this black sand beach that has a 400-foot waterfall, and the guidebook was like, there's a steep hike to be made down this paved road, and it's about 1,000 feet down. And it was, boiling hot the whole time we were there. It was like in the 90s and stuff, so instantly sweating anytime I'm outside. Walking down this fucking hill, my thighs were shaking just to keep me from falling over. Like, that's how steep the decline was. And we got to the beach. We saw the black sand beach. It was beautiful. We stood there for about 5 minutes, and we're like, all right, that was cool. Let's go back. Hiking up that fucking thing, I was dying. I had to keep stopping because my heart was beating so fast, and I had to pull, like, old man shit and be like, let me stop and get my heart rate down. Let me take a break. This fucking narrow, one-lane thing that trucks and vans are going up on doing guided tours, or people that paid $200 to not walk like we were walking. And we got about halfway up, and I look back at Rent, and she's fucking bummed. She's not feeling it at all. I'm sweating like a pig. And all the whole time I'm thinking, I'm like, this sucks ass, but I can make it. I can get up this. This pickup truck comes by and sees the two of us, and we just must look like piles of shit. Because the guy rolls his window down. He's like, y'all looking a little tired out there. You want to lift back up? And I'm looking at her because I'm ready to tell this guy no. I'm like, I want to do something actually physically cool for once. I want to stake a claim on this. Like, I did that.
And this guy's definitely gonna rape me and murder you, Rent. So.
Yeah. So I look at her and she's like, yeah, take it. Let's take it. And I'm like, really? I think we can fucking do this. She's like, take it. Get in the truck. I'm like, all right, we'll do it. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Hey, all right, she needs a lift, but I'll actually make it. I'll be all right.
Yeah. So we get in the back of the truck and we're driving up, and now we're passing people that are walking down and walking up. And I got, like, my head in my hand. I'm like, God, this is so fucking embarrassing. This guy's car. We got rescued. We got fucking rescued. I was like, I could have done this. I could have made this. And she's like, why are you being so adamant about this? It's not that big a deal. It's not that embarrassing.
You should have said, why am I being so macho about this? Well, if I believe I can do something.
We also did have another. We tried to make 2 stops on that outing. So she's like, look, if we walk the rest of this, it's going to take a lot more time. This guy's going to get us right back up to the car, and then we can go and see that other place. So we did just drive there another 45 minutes and go on another hike.
Wait, did you guys huddle and have, like, a whole conversation? Oh, yeah, hold on. We're going to talk about our options.
Very briefly,
to the
yeah.
Driver.
Yeah. And also, I'm not going to be that much of a dick. If she wants to get in the truck and get out of there, like, I'm not going to be like, no, we're walking. I'm taking a stand here. Like, all right, cool. We'll get in this goofball's truck and get the fuck out of here.
Oh, got to put your foot down as a man. Like, listen, toots, we're walking. All right.
Toots. Oh my God, that's the point where she kicks me in the ass and knocks me over the cliff.
Knocks you into the fucking active volcano.
Yeah. So we get up to the top, and the guy stops and lets us out, and I'm thanking him and stuff, and I'm like, man, that's really odd hearing that accent in Hawaii.
Yeah, you did like a Mississippi. Well,
yeah,
I don't know my accents, but it sounded southern.
Yeah, he definitely had a deep South accent, and I'm like, how did you know to stop for us? And he's like, well, I live around here, and I make this drive a couple times a week, and sometimes you just see it in faces, and I saw her face, and I was like, these people could use a lift. I was like, oh man. I was like, yeah, I guess you're right. And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how much is it going to take before this conversation goes somewhere awkward? And then right as I thought that, he looks at us and he goes, did you know that they're just busting in immigrants that all have COVID, and they're just putting it out in our cities, and I got to wear a mask? And I looked at her and I was like, yep. I was doing the math in my head, like, how long is it going to take before this guy crowbars in like a Fox News talking point that had nothing to do with the conversation? It's like a vegan, like, that guy's got a fucking man bun. How many conversation points before it gets to where he tells us that he's a vegan?
Yeah, how much energy it conserves not eat meat.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, well, that's our cue. Thanks, guy. We're gonna go over here now.
Totally. We're going to go watch Tucker Carlson. So we got to get out of here. Bye.
Yeah. We can't miss Tucker.
I don't know. You made you guys look like pussies during the TSA check, and she made you look like pussies on the hike. Sounds like you guys are a match made in heaven. It didn't sound like it got that awkward with that truck driver. He didn't ask if you guys were like interested in like a threesome or something. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, that would have been.
How old was this guy?
I'd say early 60s.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You didn't find out. You didn't get to the source of that accent. Like, dude, how long ago did you move here?
No, once he started bitching about immigrants, I was like, okay, me and my Taiwanese girlfriend are going to walk away from you now.
Well, yeah, that's a good point, I guess.
Yeah.
That's a dicey subject to talk with a Hawaiian townie.
Yeah, seriously.
I'd listen to him though. I'm fucking sick of these immigrants being busted in too.
Oh, really? They're busting them in they all got COVID? Oh, tell me more.
I'm sick of wearing my fucking mask too, just because these goddamn immigrants.
Oh, Jeff, you retard. But yeah, the trip, that was it, man. That was the highlights. Nothing fucking horrible really befell me.
Really disappointing that there were no low
I don't know.
lights.
Overpriced shitty food sounds like just an apocalypse in my opinion. I don't know if I could deal with that.
Oh, you would have been fucking pissed. Dude, she wanted ice cream. And I was like, simple request. Let's go get ice cream. So we drive to this place, closed on Mondays. The whole island is like Chick-fil-A with Mondays. But everybody just takes Mondays off. So then we're like, okay, well, let's go back to the resort because right by the Dolphin Cove, they have an ice cream stand. They do like ice cream and shaved ice. I was like, all right, let's go to that place. Closes at 4 p.m.
Would she have picked?
Ice cream, I think.
Okay, thank God. I was to say, dump her. Get rid of her if she picks the shaved ice.
So ice cream closes at 4 p.m. on 90-plus degree weather days. 4 p.m. Last call for ice cream. So that was infuriating. Then we're opening up Yelp. There was this marketplace about a half mile down the road that was pretty much where we ate most of our meals because you can just buy sandwiches and shit. So it was like, okay, this isn't like... Dude, the Italian place on the resort, pizzas, how much do you think a pizza costs on a resort?
$26.
I'll go with 34.
For a full pie, $60. $60.
Oh, that is offensive.
Yeah. And when we actually went to that Italian place on one of our last nights, we got there 10 minutes before they closed because that was the only way we knew we were going to get a table. Oh, we're out of pizza.
Yikes.
Yeah. So
what were the other options? Like, did they have like a big menu? Or
they
was
had
all
two different kinds of
half?
pasta. Everything else was sold out.
So you get the long noodle or you get the fucking penny?
Yeah. So
Penny.
After getting cock-blocked by 2 ice cream stops, open up Yelp, and we find that there's a Cold Stone type place near the market we've been going to. So they have like the cold slabs where they mix in all the goofy toppings and shit. I was like, all right, that sounds
so delicious.
That sounds like a fair compromise. Let's go get this knockoff Cold Stone. We go there. Yelp says it's open 7 days a week. Shut down completely.
Goddamn immigrants being bussed in, bringing their fucking COVID. That's what happened. Just cost you some ice cream on your vacation. You gonna watch Tucker Carlson now? Maybe
you know what?
Maybe you should check it out.
I'm gonna go. I'm calling Spectrum right now. I'm reattaching the cord.
I don't want cable. I just want Fox News. Can you do that for me, Spectrum?
So
pay you $10
we
a month.
ended up having to go to Dairy Queen and got blizzards.
I mean, that's not a bad.
At least you got ice cream.
Not a bad consolation price.
Yeah.
Sounds like that ice cream. Dairy Queen blizzards. That
Yeah.
sounds like an awesome ice cream treat.
You know, but we wanted to go to like a mom and pop local Hawaiian spot, and we ended up going to fucking.
Yeah, they didn't
DQ.
want you.
I guess it's like
They weren't.
They didn't want
interested.
you Howleys.
Yeah, you had your Holly Boy business,
Dude,
Well,
it is-
She would make it. She'd
it's
be all right.
insane. Like if anybody has any sort of savings, just go to the fucking Big Island and open a restaurant. We went to a place at 6:00 for dinner, and they were like, "Oh, so the wait time right now is 3 hours, and we close at 9." I was like, "Oh, so no dinner, huh?" They're like, "No, sorry." Like that's the situation you're dealing with there. It's that like you just get cock blocked at every restaurant you go to, and you end up going to the market and buying a turkey and cheese sandwich. It's like all anybody would have to do is open up one more restaurant, and they're instantly full too.
You would think those resorts took a huge shit though last year, right? 2020.
You'd imagine, but I mean, I think they were open.
They're making it all back now. I'll tell you that.
Dude, man, they drained me. My credit card's got fucking smoke coming off it right now.
So how many? how many Hawaii dicks are you gonna suck?
I mean, despite all that shit, it was the stuff we took upon ourselves to go and do. I mean, shout out to Rant for getting a guidebook and planning all those activities and stuff. But
oh man,
dude, that volcano was fucking dope. The jungle hikes, cool as shit. Going to that black sand beach, just everything looked like a postcard, and we got to go to all these different spots. Even just driving through rural Big Island Hawaii was dope. It looked like a completely different country. Some of it looked like a different planet. It was nuts.
Where did you go last time? Were you on a?
Yeah, last time was Oahu. We went to Waikiki, and I spent 2 of the 5 days with food poisoning.
Was it less expensive in Waikiki though?
I think
food-wise?
I think it was because there were more options.
Good old capitalism, bring the prices down. Love
the
that.
less populated islands are something you don't. I feel like you don't make them a spur of the moment trip because you have to plan that stuff out and get reservations in advance.
Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the restaurants didn't even take reservations. It was just like, if you want to eat a meal at a restaurant on the Big Island, it's the same as getting tickets to Comic-Con. You're like camping out the night before, crossing your fingers. It's fucking wild.
Refreshing the online, the digital line.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
That's a bummer, dude. This isn't going to come as much of a surprise. I have pretty much no interest in going to Hawaii.
I'm not
going to say never
in going to Hawaii.
You seem like you know a lot. You haven't been?
I was a travel agent for like 6 years, Jeff.
I get that. Apparently, you've done a lot of
that's
booking
how I know
Hawaiian
Hawaii,
trips, but
yeah.
you've personally
I've
never
never
been, right?
been. No.
Gotcha. Oh.
The Pacific Ocean in Hermosa Beach is the farthest west I've ever gone.
Yeah. Well, too bad you got fired from that travel agent job for a Me
No,
Too
no.
incident.
No, I quit to go work with Sharon at the Garden Place, which got me the Pliables gig.
Fair enough. I guess I just misremembered it. Sorry.
I do have a question I wanted to throw out to the Puminati, because on the flight back, we were watching a movie on my iPad, and there was a large, smelly man sitting at the window seat, and he was watching movies on a device I could not identify. And the best way I can describe it is, it was as long as a sideways iPad, but as thin as a smartphone. So it was just like this really thin bar. And this dude was watching movies on it the entire time.
It wasn't a PlayStation Vita?
I was thinking that, but it didn't, it was a little dark, but I didn't see any buttons on the sides. Like a controller. So I don't think it was a Switch. I don't know if it was a PS Vita. Let me Google one of those. No, it's definitely not that. It's way, way wider. Like long ways.
I don't know. I would just say maybe a Samsung tablet.
It was kind of cool looking. Like the picture quality on it looked really good. It looked really bright. It was a cool looking device, but I could not figure out what the fuck it was. And that guy was a huge bummer because he kept farting or something. And Rant had the middle seat. She was not pumped about that.
Did you have what seat did you have?
The aisle. And it's somehow
would she prefer?
I love that he made her sit next to the stranger.
Yeah.
That was the seat she took. She wanted the middle seat. I think once we strapped in and got settled and she noticed the smell, I think then she regretted her decision.
How long of a flight was it? Why don't you just switch?
5 hours.
I mean, that'd probably make for not an awkward conversation. It's not like he's going to ask, like, hey, why'd you guys switch? Oh, hey, bring her back, huh?
Hey, what happened to the lady? I liked farting on her.
Yeah, we're watching movies together. I thought we were having a good plane ride. And
She's single, put in a good word for me.
Goofy ass is here. What is that? Is that your friend or your sister or something? Your coworker? Oh man, well, you should have just asked him. But I don't know. I feel like your awkwardness just disqualifies that.
Well, yeah, that, and I didn't want to break that layer. Because sometimes if you say one word to somebody, they're fucking chatting your ear off the entire flight. And I did not want to open that door.
Well, that's why you have her as a buffer. It's fucking. You talk to Rant. I'm sorry, I'm listening to a podcast.
She's not letting me off the hook. She's going to keep finding ways to drag me into the conversation. Like, oh, well, you should ask him. He's a podcaster. He's actually got some interesting stories. You should ask him some things.
She plays 3D chess. I like that, Rant.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my trip.
Nice.
I'm sorry I didn't get stung by bees or fall into a lava pit.
Yeah, my mom visited this past week. That was nice.
Did you get stung by bees?
No. It was I wouldn't say uneventful trip for her because we did have fun. We, checked all of her boxes. All she really wants to do is smoke pot, hang out with family, and eat some good food. So that was pretty easy to accomplish. She also wanted to go to the beach a lot. And I live right next to the beach, so that was pretty easy as well. We did make a day trip to Venice. I don't know.
Did she regret that decision?
Did who?
Did she regret the decision once you took her to Venice?
A little bit. We brought little mama with us because
little mama.
We want little mama to, we went to Huntington Beach and Venice Beach. We forgot to bring her to Huntington, but we brought her to Venice because whatever. She's just a positive addition to any experience. We were going to do a little bit of walking, right? On the boardwalk, go to different shops, and her chubby ass needs some exercise. But man, she was dying out there. It was fucking hot. And she was like breathing like for like after like we were out there for probably 2 hours. She started breathing like that after like 15 minutes. It was terrible.
Oh, I feel you, little mama. I'm pretty hot and tired too. Here, let me ride you like a horse.
Yeah, so she was miserable, but I don't know. I felt like my mom just wanted to go there in Huntington Beach to just get T-shirts that said Venice Beach and Huntington Beach. I don't know. Most of the things she wanted to do on the trip was essentially shop for touristy shit. And she never fucked with electric scooters. So we did some electric scooting around town and she loved that.
She didn't wipe out?
No, she didn't wipe out. That was cool. It was her birthday. I ended up looking like a huge pussy on her birthday night. We went to this place in Long Beach called the Big Catch. And they do like seafood, and they do like seafood. It's like Asian fusion kind of. They have Korean chicken wings, which is what I ordered. I actually wanted to do a game because not a game, but like I wanted to show you the menu, Kevin, and ask you to predict what I would order, because I would guarantee you would predict chicken wings and French fries because it's, that's what I get.
Yeah.
So I got chicken wings and French fries, and it was Korean style, and I got the Korean hot sauce. And like, well, what do you want? The 1, 2, or 3? And they were talking about like spice level.
Do you guys have Oshido?
I know. We got to shout them out here in a second, but I know Korean hot sauce is nothing to fuck around with. So I got the 1.
Yeah.
And dude, this was the hottest chicken wings I've had. This is the hottest like thing I've had since maybe the habanero pepper. Like I was fucking sweating, I was snotting, I was crying. This is after the 1. Dude,
oh my god.
Brutal.
Right there in the restaurant?
Yeah.
You lost all composure?
Yeah, I was snotting. I was sneezing, or not sneezing, I was snotting and
Can I trade these for the
blowing
zero?
oh man, it was brutal. So everyone else at the table, they had a few of my chicken, or each person tried a chicken wing, and I was the one that handled it the worst.
Do you have brutal shits?
I didn't have brutal shits. It was just way too hot for me. I was a pussy about it. Then we went bowling, and just my vaginal behavior continued. I was fucking terrible.
Did you see
I suck at
Nutbuster?
bowling so bad. No, I didn't see Nutbuster.
Oh man.
We went to Bowlmore in Orange County, which is like a nice trendy spot. It was in some, I don't know, some like mall. I think it was in Tustin. It was all nice spot, nice places. It was pretty cool. It was a good bowling experience. If you like bowling, I just sucked. Was very pissed.
What'd you bowl?
Pouted on the way home. I don't think I broke 100. I might have broke 100 once.
Wow. Okay, yeah.
No.
I'm not very good at bowling, but that's pretty bad.
No, I'm real bad. The last game, I started out with a strike and was like, oh, here we go. Now I'm feeling it.
Oh, I got my groove back.
I think I ended the game with a 49. I threw like 6 straight gutter balls at the end and pretty much just went home like with a fucking temper tantrum. We went and got ice cream afterwards, and I was pissed. I was pissed the whole time. Everyone knew I was mad. They were treating me like a little kid. Like, hey, come on, Jeff. It's all right. It wasn't that bad. Let's get some ice cream. Is ice cream going to cheer you up, Jeff? I'm just like, no, I didn't want ice cream. Whatever.
I want 2 scoops and sprinkles.
You can have 2 scoops, Jeff. It's all right. Yeah. You can have 2 scoops.
Okay. Well, then I want whipped cream, too.
Yeah, and sprinkles and Nutella.
And a cherry.
Yeah, that's how I acted. I was fucking pissed. Not happy on my bowling performance, but I suck.
What if the next time the 3 of us were all together and we went bowling, do you think the motivation of smiting myself and Shuddyboy would be enough of a motivator to get you to bowl above a 50?
It would. Oh, above, yeah.
How good are you at bowling, Kevin?
So when we went with the Nutbuster thing, I think I came close to 200 on one game.
Damn.
But that was by pure luck. I normally don't do that well.
Well, then let's not talk about that. What do you normally do?
I'd say 120-ish is a fair gauge.
I haven't
I'm a heavy
bowled in a
underdog.
very long time.
What was your usual score?
Somewhere around 110, 120. Not very good. The last time that the only time I've ever bowled significantly, I was in a league at a social club in Easton, one of the towns over here. And they had this ceramic cup that had that was a naked guy with a gigantic dick. And if you bowled under 100, you had to drink out of it.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, it was like that Oscars bet.
And I did have to drink out of it a few times.
Oh. Fuck.
Man, the dick class. That
That's
might be
disgusting.
motivation to keep me in the triple digits.
Yeah.
I would definitely. I mean, under 50. I don't remember if that was the exact score, but it was around there. That's exceptionally bad. I'm not that bad usually, but
Was everybody else talking
No.
shit?
no, they saw how mad I was, and they sucked too. My brother won the first game, I think. Maybe he won the first 2,
Who, Bill or Cheech?
and Bill.
Yeah, which one?
Yeah, Bill won the first game. He might have won both, actually, and he talked enough shit in the first game that covered it. But I was so fucking mad. God. It's like it ruined my mom's birthday for me.
Did you blame it on her?
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Mom. You
I
made me
tore her
bowl
down
like
for
this.
A happy fucking birthday, Mom.
I'm eating all of your cake.
Absolutely. Actually, we had soft serve ice cream from this. I think it was like an Asian spot. They did like upside down. I forget what it was. Here, I'm gonna Google it right now. Hold on. It's called. I think it was Somi ice cream. Let me see what their whole shtick is.
All right, well, while Jeff is looking
Somi
that
Somi.
up,
It's a fish-shaped waffle cone filled with your choice of filling and topped with soft serve. It's try our delicious taiyaki ice cream. Whatever. That's what we went to. It was pretty bomb.
Nice.
Korean dessert.
Shuddy, what happened to you?
Oh, so I was eating a coconut protein ball from work yesterday, which is granola dipped in some chocolate, and my front teeth, I've done a very good job of hiding it through the years, have been pretty gnarly, and one of them snapped off yesterday. So
The whole tooth?
The whole tooth. So I have to go to the dentist on Friday, and the information I got from the phone call is to put in a bridge or implants for the teeth I need replaced. It's going to be anywhere from $7,000 to $14,000.
Shuddy.
I feel like you're taking this much better than I would.
Oh my God. And insurance isn't going to cover any of it?
Well, that would be if I had insurance.
Wait a second. What? I thought you had a big boy job. Don't they come
I
with
do have a
insurance?
big boy job, but we don't have enough employees for insurance. We're working on it right now. I literally was on the phone today with the insurance guy.
Well, when I got hired, they presented me with the option of health insurance or bonus He-Man toys.
No, we were not big
toys.
enough to have insurance. So
But
it was
after
never
that TikTok
a thing.
went viral.
So yeah,
Did it hurt when your tooth snapped?
not at all.
So what happened? Why did your tooth get gnarled?
I've inherited my mother's bad teeth, so I have bad teeth. And the front two were bad.
Do you think all the Mountain Dew you've drank in your life has helped deteriorate them?
Don't throw Mountain Dew under the bus. No.
Sure,
stop
all
it.
the soda that I've drank through the years has absolutely directly contributed to my terrible teeth. Yes.
I don't think you should drink less soda. I think you should just drink more milk. The
I
Homo G milk.
I drank a lot of milk, and it never did it. So it did not counteract it.
Jesus. So,
Bummer, man.
did you save the tooth?
Oh no, because I
It's in
thought
the apple.
so when I bit into it, like I said, it has like a chocolate coating on it. And the noise I heard, I thought, because they were in the refrigerator, I thought it was just the chocolate shell breaking. Chewed, swallowed, and then I'm like, my mouth, something's off in my mouth. And I reached in, so I swallowed it.
Oh, you fucking ate your own tooth?
Yeah.
Jesus, Shuddy boy. Have you pooped it
That
out
is
yet?
gnarly.
Not that I've seen, it's quite possible, but I've also, a new burrito spot has opened up in town, and
It's the worst time to lose a tooth, let me tell you.
I've eaten there 4 out of the last 5 days, and so I've had a lot of roasted corn salsa the last few days, so I wouldn't be able to tell if it's a tooth or a piece of corn.
It could easily be a piece of corn. Man,
You're not
you
like-
gotta sift through it.
Yeah,
It's
you're
the
not
only way to figure it out.
pooping into a sieve or something?
No,
Like a gold
why?
like a gold miner?
No, the tooth has to be replaced. Like I'd show you, but I am really self-conscious about it, and I've hid it for quite some time that nobody's noticed. So
I mean, I was seeing it while you were talking, but I didn't want to throw you under the bus. I was like, all right, if Shuddy wants to address that.
yeah, that giant
I
elephant
didn't
in
see
the
it.
room. I'll show you guys I'll show you off.
Oh man,
YouTube.
just think about how many more YouTube subscribers we would get, Shuddy.
Nope.
Turn a negative into a positive.
No.
Come on, say cheese.
Yeah.
I
And I've
won't
been
even-
hiding this from you
I'm
guys for a
reluctant
while
to
too,
even
but
let Sharon see it. Like since this happened, I've been like talking to people like this.
Think about how much you would pwn Jeff if you showed him your tooth right now.
That wouldn't pwn Jeff.
Yeah.
How about we talk about
you'd
how
pwn the shit out of me at that.
I was riding high yesterday before it happened when I got approved for my Pennsylvania medical marijuana card.
Oh. What do they have, like a missing tooth box that you checked?
No, the tooth broke after that.
Oh, and then you're like, Oh, doctor, quick, I need edibles. Look.
So yeah, I did a consultation for that yesterday afternoon, and now I can legally buy marijuana in the state of Pennsylvania.
Where's the closest
Real
dispensary?
quick.
Uh-oh.
Are those Hershey stuffed Chips Ahoy?
No, these are cookies from Walmart. They're raspberry filled, like butter cookies that are just delicious.
Wake me up when they're filled with chocolate.
Yeah, we don't like that fruity shit.
The nearest dispensary is 15 minutes from me.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No.
Have you gone since getting your card?
I haven't actually physically received my card yet. Pennsylvania. So the way Pennsylvania does it is you teleconference with a doctor who approves you. Then you get an email from the state and you pay them, and then they mail the card. So I won't have it until.
So what did you tell them, like you have AIDS or something?
No.
Good question.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but the conversation was, why are you requesting a card? Anxiety. All right. When you use marijuana for your anxiety, does it help? Yes, it does.
More than anything.
Have you had any negative effects from marijuana? No, I have not. All right. You are approved. You should be getting an email from the state shortly.
Well, it sounds like anxiety is an approved ailment.
It is.
So
it is. It's the only one on the list that I felt even remotely not shitty for claiming.
It could be authentic.
Because the others are like PTSD, cancer, chronic pain.
I think I could pull off chronic pain. I don't know if I couldn't pull off PTSD. Definitely not cancer. It sounds like I should get a Pennsylvania.
I always take
marijuana card.
2 dicks in my ass at once, and it really hurts. I am in chronic pain.
It's a bad use of my impression. I like it. Well,
that's
just
exciting.
Just like you been hiding something, I've been hiding something from the audience as well. You might not be able to tell, but I'm actually fat. I feel like I look skinnier than I am here, and I'm just gonna brace everyone or tell everyone now. So when you see me and meet me in Vegas, I'm a chunker. So
please don't make fun of my Kardashian cakes.
Yeah, do not fat shame me. Don't be a fucking fat racist, or I will cut you out of my life.
Well, Shuddy, it sounds like you ended this week with a wash.
Yeah, so far.
You gained a medical marijuana card, but you lost a tooth.
Yep, but tomorrow is where the real upswing is going to happen. I have tickets to a luxury suite for the Phillies game tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. That is going to be sweet, huh?
Booze and food is free.
Is it work-related?
It's work-related in the fact that the contractor who built the new store had tickets that they were giving to the company, and then they got passed to me.
Gotcha. You couldn't trade those tickets for dental insurance, could you?
No.
I will trade you these 2 tickets for 1 tooth.
Man, what a fucking heist that would be.
So at your place of work, they were just like, all right, anybody in here still watching baseball? Anybody?
No.
And you were the one hand that went up?
No, my boss emailed me and said, hey, do you want these tickets? And I was like, sure. That's how it went. It wasn't announced.
Oh.
They were for the owners or somebody in the management team.
I'm sure we've talked about this, Kevin. Have you ever been to a sporting event?
Yes.
What are the games or the things that you've been to? So
my grandpa, who died probably around like 13 years ago or so, I'd say now.
Pour some liquor out.
He was best friends with Leon Hess. So I used to have to go.
Jets guy?
Yeah. I used to have to go to Jets games all the time as a kid.
Oh, no wonder why you hate sports.
Yeah. And we would like sometimes sit in the owner's booth with him, which I don't really remember that much of. But like, I guess that was cool. I don't know.
How disappointed was your grandfather for you not being into sports?
Oh, very.
Like he made a legit effort. Like, that's kind of a cool thing. I mean, it's a jet, so it's not that cool, but the effort's there.
So this was at a period of time in my life when I was pretending to like sports, and all my friends liked the Giants, so I just pretended to like the Giants. So when my grandpa introduced me to Leon Hess, and he was shaking my hands, he goes, "Why don't you tell him who your favorite team is?" And I was like, "The Jets." And he went, "Ugh," and squished my hand when he was
You mean
shaking it.
You said the Giants to the Jets owner.
I did, yeah. That's what I meant to say. I told him that my favorite team was the Giants. So he squished my hand.
All right. Well, that's not going to bring you over to the Jets side. I'll tell you that.
No.
So I guess what I was wondering is, and you haven't been to a game since then? I guess I'm wondering, is there any game or sporting event that you actually enjoyed being live at?
No.
Outside of Alice Mania?
Nope.
Or X Games, if you were there?
No, I don't. It doesn't do anything for me. In fact, it's more boring because there aren't commercial breaks to interrupt with, and they're like, "Oh, cool, something that's not sports." This toothpaste commercial is more entertaining.
That's why I'd actually say you probably like going to baseball more than any of them, even though baseball is obviously the slowest game, but there's less of a need to be in your seat. And like the concessions, I think, are like cooler and better. You know, like wackier food and just kind of bounce around, drink beers, and the luxury suite experience probably gonna be fucking sweet for Shuddy. So
I'm not a big baseball fan. I don't like watching it on TV, but I like going to games, and being in the suite is going to be.
Excuse me, Garçon. I think I will take 3 more lobster tail milkshakes, please.
Dude, it's absurd how much baseball I watch. I think I watch like 3 or 4 games a night.
What? Why are they playing that many games?
Well, because there's like 34 teams.
There's 30 teams, and they play 162 games. Like football, which fantasy football season's coming up. I keep getting messages about the PooFL, the original league, and the Real Deuce. We are doing them both. I know Shuddy's got some announcements or more info he can give about that, but we're going to do the Real Deuce, PooFL 2. We're going to run that back. But to compare, baseball's 162 games, football is 16, dude. So there's a lot of baseball every night. And I watch I have an MLB account, so I can watch 4 games at once. So I usually watch at least 4 games. Yeah. Huge baseball fan. I bet a lot of money on it too. So fuck it. I got to watch the baseball. Anyways, that's not what we're here to talk about.
No, we got to talk about
have things to review.
Yeah, we all saw the same thing, which doesn't happen very often.
Not these days.
But yeah, Suicide Squad. The homie MSPH alumni James Gunn's Suicide Squad. Not the previous abysmal Suicide Squad.
He's not going to be the homie for very long, I'll tell you that.
Oh, boy. Well, you already told him to his
what?
face you didn't like one of his movies, so I don't think we have to worry.
That's fair. Yeah, I can't do any more damage than that.
You didn't like it, Jeff.
Okay. So let me I hate doing this usually, but let me answer your question with a question. Knowing what you know about me, how do you think I felt about that movie?
You hated every second of it.
I mean,
that's why you only saw part of it.
I won't give my full I won't fully come down on it. Here's what I'll say. 3 out of the 4 Clarks didn't make it through the entire movie. 2 of them passed out, a little bit of intoxication there, and another one completely just left the room. He was also fairly high as well.
I thought you were going to say your mom
did finish
your mom called the airport and got an earlier flight and just left and flew home.
The one Clark that did finish it said that he'll never watch it again. And it was nah. But it's getting good reviews, I think. The action wasn't terrible for the first, I don't know, however long I watched the movie. Let's say 45 minutes.
Are you the one that got up and left the room, or did you fall asleep?
No, I fell asleep. No, I didn't leave the room. Bill left the room. Spoiler. But No. Was the villain, correct me if I'm wrong, Kevin, was the villain that stupid new Fortnite season thing they do where that thing jumps on your face and sucks you and it distorts your audio? That was the villain, right? Intergalactic starfish.
Starro. Yeah, Starro the Conqueror.
Okay. Who ripped who? I would assume Fortnite ripped
Starro has
Suicide
been
Squad.
around for a very long time.
Yeah.
Starro is a Justice League bad guy.
Yeah.
Okay, how
Also a
did you guys
frequent
feel
Green
about it?
Lantern bad guy. I thought it was cool. You know, I know James Gunn is a giant dork, and he wanted to pull deep cuts. And I think, you know, when you have a villain as big as Starro, you kind of have to save it for the last minute. You can't have them like battling it the entire movie. So I think he set it up properly that way by just doing a big reveal at the end. I thought it was cool looking. I thought it was cool how it got defeated, which I'm guessing you probably didn't see.
No.
But-
was that Michael Rooker? Was he Starro?
What?
Was that like the big surprise?
No.
Michael? Okay. Never mind. I'm sorry. I threw you off. Go ahead.
I don't know. What did you think, Shuddy?
I really, really enjoyed it. I had just an overall great experience. AMC did not let me down this time, and it just the viewing experience was pleasant. I laughed. I thought it was excellent. I really, really liked it.
I thought, it was interesting to see. This probably isn't too much of a spoiler, but I kind of figured this was going to happen with how gigantic the cast was and how they got so many big name people in it. I kind of figured most of them would be killed off very, very early, and that definitely was the case.
Yeah, they murked a lot of people right out of the gate.
And pretty gruesome, violent deaths too, which I appreciated. I like John Cena in it. I thought he was really funny. Idris
John
Elba was
Cena
really
really
good.
shined in this movie. I have not seen any of his more recent acting roles, but he was very funny and very charismatic in this movie.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think they've already wrapped his spin-off HBO Max series.
Yes,
I think they've already finished shooting it, so he's going to get a Peacemaker series on HBO Max.
which James Gunn just started writing for funsies at the start of the pandemic.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was definitely a million times better than the first Suicide Squad.
Oh my God, so much better.
There were still some jokes that didn't really land, but there were enough that did to cancel that out. I thought the special effects were cool. I thought the deaths were incredibly gruesome, which was much appreciated. I enjoyed the humor. I enjoyed James Gunn's toilet humor. I like that DC was... It feels like they're trying to take more of the Marvel approach where, like, okay, maybe us micromanaging all this shit isn't working out for us, and we should take a page from Marvel and just get a good writer-director and give them free reign and be like, just go nuts.
Well, this was also DC thumbing their nose at Marvel and Disney hire. Like, he got this gig almost immediately after being fired from Guardians 3.
Yeah. And then Disney like waited a couple of months and took him back. So it was like all the right-wing trolls that tried to cancel James Gunn ended up just getting him
More work.
Yeah, they just got him an additional franchise. But I don't know. I dug it. Rent Rat dug it. You know, it wasn't ideal not seeing it in the theater, watching it in a hotel room bed in Hawaii, dosed up on edibles. But we both really enjoyed it. We landed at the same fucking score. I don't know if she's ever made it. Actually, I think she has. I think she's well familiar with the dick-sucking rating score. But she does her scores from 1 to 10 stars. She does not do 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 dicks like we do.
All right, well, do the math.
The math is
She needs to be more of a fucking team player.
the math is we're both 4 dicks.
That's where I am as well.
Yeah.
I saw it in the Dolby Theater, so in those nice, amazing reclining seats.
Oh, those kick ass.
Yeah, it was rad.
Yeah, we were at the point where
to Sylvester Stallone. Let me tell you,
you didn't like him as the shark.
I mean, I didn't even know he was in the movie until this morning when we were talking about. Me and Bill were talking about it, and he's like, "Yeah, they gave him the fucking Vin Diesel treatment, made him the shark, and gave him pretty much no lines." Well, I don't know. That's all
I don't know. I thought he was fucking hysterical.
I thought the character was kind of cool, but I don't know. I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was Sylvester Stallone the whole time. Jeez, man, I don't know how I feel about the Harley Quinn character. Obviously, I'm Team Margot Robbie through and through. John Cena kicked ass, but yeah, this movie didn't do it for me. I'm giving it a half a dick. I was gonna suck one fully out of respect for James Gunn, but since he hasn't been on this podcast in like 10 years, statute of limitations passed. Give him a hand job. Excuse me, the Suicide Squad hand job.
Where did you? Because you didn't even see the full movie. So how much of this movie are you rating a half dick? Like, at what point did you fall asleep?
I'll say 45 minutes through. I thought I made
it's like
it
a
through half the movie,
2 hour
but my brother
plus
said he
movie.
didn't. Yeah. Sorry, you got to hook me. I don't know. Again, 3/4 out of the Clarks fell asleep. Essentially,
Well, that's because you all just like eat tons of chicken wings and then drink a bunch of beer and smoke yourselves retarded, and then you fall asleep.
Cool. Kevin's gonna be a dick. Go figure. All right.
I'm not. I don't disagree with him. So we've got 4 votes that you're the problem, not the movie.
Yep.
Wait, you each get 2 votes?
No, Kevin gets 3 and I get 1. Remember, we just covered this.
Well, I thought he can only do that for. I thought he can only do that for 1 vote per episode. He can use his +3 card, his diva status.
All right. Well, either way, you're outvoted. It really doesn't matter if it's 2 or if it's 4.
That's true. I don't get the amount of super delegates needed. Fair enough.
I mean, I have a feeling that happens to a lot of the movies you watch. You just get yourself
not the good ones, Kevin.
You get too faded and then you pass out during them.
How often? Okay, fair enough. That's a fair accusation. But how often do I fall asleep in a movie that I enjoy and then have to go back and rewatch it?
I feel like you have said that before.
I think it's very rare. I think if I fall asleep during a movie, I usually just don't watch it again. And it's an indicator it was terrible. There's a few times where I've fallen asleep and it was just because I was just tired or whatever. I was high and I knew that the movie was pretty good. I'm trying to think of the recent example because there is an example, but it's not very often. Usually if I fall asleep, it's because the movie sucked or I didn't enjoy it.
See, I wasn't sure if Rent was going to enjoy it or not because she's not huge on superhero movies. There are some that she likes, but I thought this one might be a little too fucked up and a little too deep cut. Like when we were first watching it, she was, wait, is that really a fucking character in this movie? Is that made up or is that from actual comics? I'm like, that's actually a deep cut from the comics. That is real. That was an actual DC character. But she was like, so like I said, in our trip, the fucking place closes at 10 p.m. So we're just left, with our dicks in our hands. And we ended up watching a lot of movies at night. And she wanted to rewatch the 28 days, 28 weeks later. So we watched those. And she was like, you know what? I actually really want to watch Suicide Squad again. Like she's already ready for round 2, yeah.
Holy shit. Rent is just an angel. Just a Kevin Kraft saint. Part of me thinks she's making this up, but why would she do that? She's not a liar.
No. Do you watch anything else, Shuddy?
No.
Jeff, you fall asleep during anything else?
Yeah. Cocaine Cowboys. Watched 4 out of the 6 episodes, actually.
I watched the first 2.
I think I can review it based off the 4 because it got pretty repetitive after episode 3. Kind of got it all, right? I mean, it's not like that unique or that original of a story. It's just a continuation or a spin-off of the first Cocaine Cowboys, which we talked about, I think, in the last podcast, perhaps. I don't know. We recorded almost 10 days ago. Feels like forever ago. But it was a 6-part documentary series on Netflix just talking about the cocaine trade or cocaine trafficking in Miami. And covered these two kingpins, Willie and Saul, which apparently ran their cocaine business without much violence or backstabbing, and was whatchamacallit. So actually a peaceful cartel in comparison. Then it ended up getting violent once these guys started getting arrested and witnesses started turning up missing and shit like that, missing or dead. So eventually they brought in the violence, but I don't know. I don't see a real necessity or reason to finish the last two episodes. I'm probably going to anyways, because, I do like documentaries, and I liked what I saw, but I'd probably give it like 3.75 dicks of the 4 episodes that I saw. Shuddy, you don't have to.
I enjoyed the first two. The
Cowboy
first one
dicks.
was not as fast paced as the second one. Like the second one really got into it. The first one was a whole lot of build up. But I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, it was pretty good. When Peggy flipped, or just like the members of the cartel they had speaking on camera, when they started flipping, I was bummed out.
Well, I looked at Sharon. I said, "That's what you get when you aren't, when you don't punish people. Like when you just want to be the nice drug kingpins, and you don't have a reputation for being the kind of people that'll fuck you up if you fuck them over. Of course, everybody's gonna flip on you when their ass is on the fire, because none of them is scared for their well-being."
Dude, one guy. 2 awesome stories from this. One guy took the 12 years, and I can't imagine like how he feels now, especially because it's like, whatchamacallit. It's like he took the fucking pinch and everyone just ended up flipping. So why wouldn't he just do the same thing? But I guess, there were witnesses that were murdered, so maybe he ended up saving his life with that. But there was a story of one of the kingpins getting out, and he's like a fugitive, and they haven't found him, and like that was the end of the story for him. It's like, yeah, him, his family, and his kids, they got out of the country, and we haven't spoken to him in 25 years.
Yep, nobody has seen him in 25 years.
Yeah, and like I high-fived my brothers. It was awesome. It's like, fuck yeah, dude. They get hacked. You never get that story. Never get that story. This guy's been gone for 25 years, and that's it. He's just a fugitive. That's it.
We should find that guy and buy some of his coke.
For sure. He's still moving coke down there in South America somewhere.
Well, I'm glad you guys found something to scratch your documentary boner itch with.
Yeah. Gotta find a new documentary somewhat soon.
For Monday, let's try and watch the Malice at the Palace documentary.
What the hell is that?
Not interested for some reason.
Really? What about the DeLorean one?
I am interested in that. Is that HBO Max?
No, that's Netflix.
I am interested in that one.
All right. Well, let's watch the first episode for next
Malice
Monday.
in the Palace. You know it if you saw like the footage, but it was a fight between fans and basketball players. The Indiana Pacers and Detroit Pistons happened at the Palace at Auburn Hills. You
Is
remember
that when
when
the guy
Ron Artest went in? Yeah, someone threw
The guy
a beer
threw a
at him.
beer.
And he went into the.
Yeah. They made a documentary about that?
Yeah, I think it's stupid. Like, there is no additional information that needs to be discussed. Like, there aren't any groundbreaking information that they give. Like,
they get a little crazy with these
with
documentaries.
I think this one is useless.
I feel like a lot of these docuseries, they could be condensed to a 90-minute, 2-hour movie.
That's my issue with.
Well, that's what
Cowboys.
this is. This is the Malice at the Palace is just a documentary movie.
Oh, okay.
It's not a docu-series that goes really in depth.
I think that needs to come back into play. Because even on the docu-series that I have watched, it's like, man, you motherfuckers are just repeating yourselves to get more episodes. Like, I have ADD. Condense this shit, man. 90-minute movie. You can fit it all in there.
Oh.
I feel like the Cecil Hotel, that could have been a 90-minute movie.
Absolutely, but the one with the art heist, that was good. the one with the Mormon forger dude. That was good. I think it was Wild Wild West or Wild Wild Country.
That was really good.
That was good. So I hear you on one hand, the Cocaine Cowboys, that 6-parter could have been reduced to like just a single cut or whatever. But sometimes they pull it off. I'm with you though.
No.
I don't hate your take is what I'm saying. Just your face.
All right. Well, let's see. How are we doing on time? All right, Shuddy, we don't have to lose you just yet, do we?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I'm still getting the hang of this new soundboard page. Fucking. Oh, here we go. What do you say we do a couple?
Voicemails, yay!
I say yay.
Boink. Okay, let's see. Where did we
wait.
leave off?
Wait, I remember. I feel like.
Oh.
Hold on.
I'm on the edge of my seat here, Shuddy.
Shit. Where? It was from Arts. He said. I don't remember. He says don't play the first one from him. So definitely play the first one.
Okay. I don't know if we're going to get to Arts. We're still a month behind.
All right.
So remind me of that later, Arts.
Yeah, I'll never remember that. So we're going to hear both of them.
All
We're
right.
going to hear Art say the N-word.
Hey guys, Colton from Calgary. Just wanted to say I'm all caught up on the shows and I'm starting Patreon tomorrow. I'm also getting my second shot tomorrow and then I'm heading to BC for my 3-week holiday. I'll be staying with my brother, aka the Northern Hillbilly. We plan on doing Magic the Gathering nights on Monday while listening to the new episodes, so hopefully this voicemail gets played. If so, Josh,
shit.
you're a pussy. Also, my brother deserves a huge wedgie. I just found out he has never watched Game of Thrones. Jeff, oh yeah, I have a Boston Terrier also. His name's Ryder. But anyways, have a good one, guys.
Oh, maybe one day Ryder can just give it to little mama.
He could ride little mama.
No, she's been neutered.
We had her
Spade?
pussy. We had her pussy
Spade.
removed.
Yeah, we ruined her pussy. Well, not we, the Vietnamese family that had her beforehand.
And it was a botched operation, so she doesn't have a pussy anymore.
Is a penis.
Yeah, Ryder's not getting in a little mama's pants. Bottom line, Colton.
I don't know. Is Ryder into anal?
Yeah, her 2 holes open. He's down for that stuff, but she might not be thrilled about it. He's going to DC for his holiday.
DC, British Columbia.
I don't know where that is. I don't know what that is.
Vancouver.
Nah, nothing. It's over my head.
What's that, in fucking Mexico or something?
It's not America. I can tell you that. So he said DC. I was going to recommend Ben's Chili Bowl.
We're also a month behind, so his 3 weeks is over.
Yeah, watch it be this episode that he couldn't wait to listen to on a Monday and play Magic the Gathering. Fuck. Oh man, what else did he say? He called Josh a pussy. Oh, his brother Josh a pussy. Your brother actually, I would have agreed with you before the final season of Game of Thrones, but I'm on Josh's side here. Don't fucking watch it, dude. It is an absolute boner killer. It's terrible. The first
Six,
7 seasons. Okay, first 6 seasons, fucking all time classic, trending to be the greatest show ever. 7 was like, all right, a little short. Ended on a high note, and I had a little bit of faith, and just the final season ruined its entire legacy and ruined the entire experience for me. We talked about this recently, actually. Me and my family. My mom, I think, mentioned wanting to go back and rewatch it, which I thought was weird. And I just launched into a fucking rant about it during dinner.
Can't believe I fucking lost at bowling. Now I gotta talk about this shit.
Yeah, fucking terrible. Terrible. My mom's visit was horrible for me. Game of Thrones, losing and bowling. Made me feel like a bitch the whole time.
Well, maybe this voicemail will lift your spirits.
Hey, fuck faces. I hope I'm calling the right line.
Coming in
this
hot.
is Jenny Big Tits, longtime fan, big subscriber.
Jenny Big Tits?
That is what she said.
Cool.
I'm interested.
Been listening to your shit for forever. Sorry.
I'm gonna Google Jenny.
Just had a
Big
question.
Tits.
I was wondering if you guys were gonna watch.
Are you on Wet Melons?
I saw the trailer for Suicide Squad 2. Wondering if you guys are gonna watch that. And also, hey Jeff,
Damn it.
the fucking dragon. I got a would you suck a dick question. So cue this shit up real quick.
Oh. All right. Wow. All right. Jenny Big Tits has
This
spoken.
is an aggressive voicemailer.
I have to get the intro.
Jenny Big Tits is really throwing her weight around here in this voicemail.
Jenny Big Tits is obviously the alpha of this group.
Yeah, she is throwing her tits around with some passion.
Doesn't sound like I'm gonna have a choice but to suck this dick. What do you got for me,
What's
Jenny?
up, bitch? It's time to find out what it would take for Jeff Clark to suck a dick. Oh, yeah.
All right. Oh, should be curious to see if switching between apps kills the tail of this intro music. Oops.
Jeff,
I guess so.
I asked you last time, I called in probably 2 years ago, would you suck a dick to save everyone's pets? And you were like, no. And I was like, wow, you're a dick, you fucking pussy. But, so my new suck a dick question would be...
Hey, don't do this with little mama. Don't do this to little mama.
Oh, do it, Jenny. Come on, Jenny.
Jeff the Dragon, would you suck a dick for $6 million? Because I feel like you might. Because I would definitely suck a dick for $6 million. But hey, like, I suck a
So
dick
we're
a lot.
positing a world where she doesn't do this for free already.
Whoa. You speak with respect when you're talking about Jenny Big Tits.
I don't mean just randomly. I mean, obviously.
Out of enjoyment.
Yeah. With her significant other. If she has one.
If she has a significant other, I'm done entertaining this question.
I'm married. By the way, guys.
All right, forget
just
it.
so you know.
Forget it. I'm over it.
The key to a happy relationship, suck your man's dick every day.
So see, she admits that she does it for free already. So
she's outed herself as a dick
Yeah,
sucker.
I didn't have to. You didn't have to make me backpedal and get all flustered, Jeff, for no reason.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm no longer interested in Jenny Big Tits since she's married. Don't come up to me at Ellis Mania. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, Kevin, actually, you should tell this to your girlfriend. If she wants the trash taken out, the lawn mowed, shit fixed, suck your man's dick. Yeah, love you guys. Talk to you later. See ya.
So
she can't afford a lawn. Come on, it's LA.
$6 million? $6 million to suck a dick?
No deal. No deal. You got to be at least $8 million before I even think about that dick.
Yeah, Jeff would rather be broke and gay than rich and gay.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I don't know. The whole point of this originally, when we first started this, what would Jeff do to suck a dick? Is that money isn't going to do it, right? So maybe she's somewhat of a new listener, even though she left a voicemail 2 years ago. But no, $6 million isn't enough.
I only suck dick for passion, not money.
Yeah,
I do it because I love it. For the love of the game.
You got to give me more stakes than that.
All right, how are we doing on time? All right, let's do one more voicemail.
Mad Scientist Party Hour. This is Northern Rooski up in Northern Canada. And I just have to say, I'm on about episode 46 of Patreon. I subscribed about 5 days ago. And holy shit, anyone who is not listening to this shit needs to get it. Jeff, you fucking kill me, bud. First of all, I have a bull named Ned also, but I have a specific reason for calling it Ned. And fucking goddamn it. Just smoked my bowl, so now I lost my train of thought.
Oh, no.
Might call you back.
Wait, you named your bowl Ned?
Perhaps. I just don't remember that. I think I named the bowl you gave me Ned.
Oh, the one I got from New Orleans?
I don't ever refer to it by a name, so I don't know. Maybe that's what he's talking about.
Oh, well, I found.
Sorry,
he did call back the next day. I guess we can play his part too.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, this is Northern Rooski calling back. All I was
Sounds more
trying
sober.
to get at is your fucking Patreon kicks so much ass. The dynamic is fucking incredible compared to what I hear on the free show. Anybody who doesn't have Patreon, you are missing out big time. You thought Shrapmetal was good? Fuck, just wait till Jeff is off his ass wasted. The shit that comes out of his mouth, fuck. I can't even take it, boys. You guys are too funny. I'm going to continue supporting you. Keep fucking keeping on. Love you, boys.
Nice.
I love you too. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you for the shout out.
Thanks.
Glad you're enjoying the Patreon. And speaking of, I feel like tomorrow we get to fire Crafter Jeff back up, right? Are they done? They're done with their fucking bitch ass Olympics hiatus?
Yeah. Yep. Roy Choi tomorrow.
Oh, that is exciting. I can't fucking wait.
We still have all the fucking
Roy Choi
smoke shows.
Tonight. The show is tonight.
Right. Yeah. Tonight, Crafter Jeff tomorrow. Yes, of course.
How many times are you going to watch this one, Jeff?
Two or three. I watch every one of them like 3 times, ideally, before we do Crafter Jeff. I have a copious amount of notes. I write up like, I don't know. My notes have been getting shorter actually, but like in the first couple episodes, I had like 1,000 words per like episode. Like, I was fucking riffing.
I mean, we still it's with the commercials taken out. It's like a 42-minute show, and Crafter Jeff episodes are usually over an hour long.
Absolutely, I could do 2 hours on every fucking MasterChef episode. I'm just saying. Point is, I take a lot of notes. It's been a little lesser now, but I don't know. It's been fun. I don't know. I don't have to further sell MasterChef or Crafter Jeff to you guys. You guys know. If you have any interest, just go back and listen to the Northern Rooski's email or voicemail, excuse me, and I don't know. Heed his advice. Subscribe. Yeah. You're gonna like it.
Patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. The $5 tier does include Crafter Jeff, and then the $10 tier has the video aspect of the Patreon podcast we do every week, and then all of our individual shows, our combined shows, including Supermarket Queefs, tons of stuff. And when you sign up and you're a new subscriber, you get access to everything. So
every single thing.
Everything.
Yeah. I think we've got like over 3 years worth of content on there now.
I was trying to see if there was anywhere that says how many posts we had, but it
doesn't there is somewhere, I think. But yeah, I think we're 100. This week we're doing episode 186 of the Patreon podcast. So check that out, patreon.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. If you want to watch these episodes on YouTube, they got everything but the Easter eggs. So youtube.com/Mad Scientist Party Hour. If you want to subscribe and watch these video shows we do. Otherwise, if you haven't subscribed on iTunes and hooked us up with a review yet, it's a huge help if you wouldn't mind doing so. You can also follow us on Instagram. I'm at Kevin Kraft.
At Shuddyboy.
At Jeff Row Records.
And at MSPH Podcast on both Twitter and Instagram. Voicemails, we're still super backed up, so we're going to try and get to more of those next week. You guys got anything else you got to throw out there?
No, sir.
No, I'm good.
All right, friends. Thank you for listening, but until next time, ooh, something.